Good morning. Hi, I'm Gombi. Oh, Dumela, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Mama. Sorry. Dumelang. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Gogo. Hi, Gogo Level. Thank you for coming. Okay, I think I can start now. People are here. Hey guys, I'm struggling to breathe. I guess a lot of you are struggling with this thing that we're going to be talking about. So it's very heavy on me. Yo. Goodness. Phew. Okay. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you so much. And welcome to day 17. You are in Nagoya, guys. This time is flying. Wow. Okay. Day 17, right? I am shaking. I'm becoming breathless since I started sitting here, but it's all good. The sisters got us, right? Um, we will deliver this. The people will hear what needs to be heard, and they will be liberated. Good morning, Mama. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining. So today we are looking into, since we started working the God wound, healing the God wound, which is your identity wound. We started on Sunday, and today is our third day in the God wound. Um, but then this is it. It's the third day of the God wound, and the 17th day in our 21 days, right? Whew. So today I'm guided to talk about, I'm going to teach about um, Mother God. And yeah, like I said, since I started here, like I'm even struggling to breathe. The moment I started praying, I sat down here and I started praying, like this so heaviness around, the mother God, trauma. And I need you guys to know that by talking about Mother God, we are referencing your experiences with your mothers, be it your biological mother or the mothers that have raised you up, your aunties, your teachers, um, and oh, so whatever that will be. Hi, good morning, Gogo Queenie. Thank you for joining. So whatever that will be um, sharing and healing or being aware of today as Mother God, your painful experiences with Mother God, it will reference to every woman that you have ever encountered since your birth, including yourself, right? Because you're a woman, right? Including you as a woman. So let me start by saying that we have two aspects of God, which is the feminine and the masculine, right? And today we are going to also, in another perspective, you can say that we're going to be looking and healing and conversing and experiencing the feminine side of God, um, which is a mother, right? Which is a woman. And if we are going to also go deeper into it, we will look into it as conversing with Mother Earth, which in so many ways we are going to understand how the resemblance of Mother God, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, the feminine is, it relates to us as women and, the experiences that you have had with every other woman, like I said, right? So the first woman that represented God, like this is what your ancestors are doing. We started from the family tree and they asked you to check, right? Yourself, your mother, the grandmother, even on the side of your fathers, right? So yesterday we went even deeper into elaborating more the things. Good morning, Gogo Mukoji. Good morning, Gogo Karaletsang. So yesterday we went deeper into elaborating some of the things like environmental influence and ancestral influence, and we touched on the womb as well. So today I was asked to go, into another perspective of saying, okay, fine, we spoke about the father line and the mother line joined together. So today break it down into, focusing on the mother, right? God as a mother, because, that is when they said, the first woman in your life is the first God, is the first feminine, is the first mother God in your life. So how you experienced your mother, hey guys, this is heavy for me. How you experienced your mother is how it has shaped your feminine side and everything feminine. It has shaped you as an individual, as a feminine being, and everything that has to do with femininity. Is it the right English? Yeah, femininity. It's that feminism. I don't know what is the English word. You guys will figure it out, right? So that is it. That yes, everything that has to do with the mother God in you, in them, and everything else in creation. I'm glad you do. Everything that has to do with creation and the feminine side, right, was shaped at that particular moment of experiencing your first woman. If we look into Gaia being the perfect example of the mother god, what is Gaia? Gaia is firstly a receiver. Earth is firstly a receiver, right? Let's look into this. In the beginning, they said that, there was nothing, the earth was void and all that, and God started commanding and said, let there be, let there be, let there be, and then, he created the earth, right? And he created the waters and all that, right? But it was still until rain fell, that is when the earth started being reproductive. So a woman's reproductivity or a woman's progress, a woman's multiplication, because that is the attributes that you carry, right? Let me say this: Gaia represents fertility, Gaia represents reproduction, Gaia represents multiplication. That is the attributes, of a woman, of the feminine. Gaia represents harvesting, all these things that have to do with multiplication and all, that. So before Gaia can be able to be fertile and reproduce after whatever seed that is been placed on her, she's got to receive what? Rain from the Father. So your inability to receive, every single one of us who is struggling to receive right now, it is connected to your relationship with your mother. So if you're struggling to receive kindness, you're struggling to receive, even in the womb, the fruits of the womb, babies, go and check relationship with your mother. If you're struggling to receive just anything like love, jobs, business, marriage, friendships, if you're struggling to receive anything, and there's another thing, let me talk about receiving. If you're struggling to just receive, if your receptive portals are closed, that's got to do with mama, right? So Father God is not able to pour whatever, or even if he does pour the rain, the seed, the ideas of business, the ideas of how you can actually go and present your CV to a particular working company that you want, God dropping down, the downloads and all these things. If you are unable, if your receiving portals are closed, there is no way you are able to tap into this thing that God wants you to get, right? So there is no way. It's heavy, Gogo. Like, I've been shaking, I feel like crying, I'm blocked, I can't breathe. Like, I feel here, I can't. Like, I'm struggling even right now, because yeah, this is it. And like I said, before Gaia could be productive and we see the fruits, we see the seeds germinating and all that, she had to receive from the Father. So if your mother had issues with all these things that I'm talking about, the possibilities are what? You're gonna have to encounter them as well. You will share in the pain, transferring from the womb, and the moment you come into earth, like your life, where you are right now, and every other thing that you have ever went through was shaped in the first 12 months of your life. I said this, I think, on Sunday. The first 9 months and the first 3 months outside. Bona. bophelo ba hao from day 1 to 0 was shaped. So even if you are the most powerful, say, rainmaker in the world, because of in the family that you were born in, they never embraced anything that has to do with spiritual abilities, right? Giving an example, it has always been about something else. You will never be able to tap into your fullness because of what? The perspective in which you are given the lens to see life. I think I did a series on seeing life in the eyes of my mother. Yeah, I think I did that early this year. I think it was a 5 or 7 day series where I elaborated more on this. Like, we see life in the eyes of our mothers. If our mothers encountered abuse, so our ground will always be abused, right? In whatever form. It can be an emotional abuse, it can be a physical abuse, it can be a psychological abuse, right? It can be a social abuse, it just can be any type of abuse. So we will continuously do that. And when you are abused, when the ground is abused, right, there is no way it will bear fruit for whatever. Even if you put a seed in it, that energy of hatred, of pain, of whatever it is, it will consume that seed. That is why, for those that are doing farming and agriculture and all that, they will tell you that not every seed will grow in, any ground. So there will be particular space, a specific space, a specific ground for you to sow your apple or your banana or your mango or whatever, right? And also, the ground must be prepared first. The farmers don't just farm, they know all these things that they are doing, right? So they will be checking, well, okay, in this season, yeah, we can be able to get the orange, right? In this season, we can get milli meal. In this season, we can do all this and all that and all that. But our inability to see, or rather understand the seasons of our times, is blocked by this fertile, or rather feminine sides, or the feminine, or rather our experiences with the feminine side of God, which is our mothers and our grandmothers and our aunties, right? So if you also had an experience at work or in your business with your colleague regarding whatever, then it belittled you in a way, then you are unable to tap into the fullness of your business or your work. You are unable to be reproductive because of that particular thing in your life was tempered. The flow of your work, the flow of your soul's mission. It doesn't matter whether you find yourself in ShopRite or in a BMW, or you are an entrepreneur, or you're a coach, or you're a healer, or whatever that you want to call yourself. So if anything tempers or rather hurts you, or a woman hurts you at whatever environment, then your possibilities of adding to the brokenness and the blockages from your family line, it adds. And this is the funny thing. You are going to continuously attract the mother God, your first mother God, right? So every single woman that you meet, even the ones that you have never encountered, they will remind you of your mother for as long as you have not healed it. Where you'll be going and saying, you're just like my mother, Wena. Yeah, my mother did this. So everywhere I go, everybody will just do this. Yeah, you're just like my mother. I know, like every one of us. You will see that if your sister will do something, you do this and do that and do that. That trigger, that utana mama, it shows that there's something there that you need to sit with and resolve. So there will not be any fruitfulness. And this has nothing to do with women only. Like I said the other day, that even men, they have their own feminine side. Even as we have our own masculine, right? So God is saying that you see me as a God who does not provide. You cannot receive provision from God based on how you have seen things being denied from you. It's deep, Gogo. It's scary is another thing. So you can't receive anything from God when your mother or rather your relationship with your mother denied you certain things. Your relationship with your mother denied your love, so you can't receive love. Your relationship with your mother denied you food, so even if you are hungry and somebody is offering you food, you are still gonna say I'm okay, right? Because it's a wound, like nobody cares about me, right? If your relationship with your mother denied you clothes or money or affection, or worthiness, you will never be able to receive that. No matter how much God will try and send men and women that will be able to come and try and heal you, you are not going to get it at the same time. So when they say that healing is not something you one day, this is what it means. So see, this Mother God healing, it's like a cabbage, yeah? Or onion. So you keep peeling a pillar. I mean, a layer rather, yes. You keep peeling a layer of that cabbage or that onion. After you peel one, you'll be very happy. At least, there's a shift, I got money, and this is, before you know it, something else will show up. For every stage, okay, this is the most beautiful thing, right? For every stage of your evolution, you've got to peel certain layer or layers of whatever wound that right? We don't know how it's like. We don't know how it's like to receive. We have been left by our mothers who went and worked in order to come and feed us. And we have been left, and especially the side of the fathers. The fathers are the ones that have left them, right, to go and look for food. And when they sat with their mothers now they're gonna have to do what, because of the husbands are not coming. The mothers have to go out and try and hustle to come and feed the kids. When the kids see the very same struggles, they now get married into families. Now they have carried their mother's wounds. The husbands of your grandmothers leave as well. When they leave, the grandmothers are sitting, raising kids alone. They are hustling, they're doing whatever that they need to do. The receiving portals are blocked. Mother God is not alive, is blocked, is not flowing. There's just nothing that is working for the woman of the lineage. And that is why women, sometimes no matter how much you want to heal you not being good enough, it still comes back after some time. It's a lineage thing. Hence, I emphasized go and do your family tree. Like, you can do it as many as possible. For as many wounds as you carry, you will be liberated. You will see, the bits and pieces, and you get the puzzles of, the pieces of the puzzles of your life, and one by one, you will be putting it together. So you feel unworthy today because the Mother God in which you were born, you were raised in, never felt worthy. She never felt that. She doesn't know, and it's not your mother's fault. It's not your grandmother's fault. It's just not anybody's fault. But now it is time. God is saying that we cannot carry on being also in marriages and relationships and saying that it's okay, things will change, right? These are the two categories of relationships. It's okay, things will change. Another one will say, I will not stand for this, I will leave. And both, they're still not checking the root cause of this thing. So whether you stay or you leave, you still attract the very same thing of unworthiness. So you leave, and then the very same man that you will meet after Peter is still going to remind you of Peter, because you have not cleared and healed Peter. And even if you want to heal Peter, it's not really Peter's problem, because Peter is a mirror of what is inside of you. Peter was just attracted by the wounds and the energies and buteng bahao. So whether you stay or you leave your marriage, stop looking at your husbands or your boyfriend like monsters. They have their share. And I'm not saying that they are not wrong. They have their share. But this is a time of us stop pointing fingers and feeling victims, you know, the victim mentality. Look at yourself right now. For those that are in marriages and relationships, for whatever that you are picking up with what I'm saying now, do you think that your spouse is okay? So give him the benefit of the doubt. The only control that you have is on yourself. So no matter how many times you may see things that are wrong in the next person, you can identify what you know, because it's there inside of you. So what you identify in your husband is clearly matatashia kamwe. So allow people in your life to be mirrors to teach you. Yes, there are some of the energies that are intolerable. I'm not gonna say to you that stay in an abusive relationship. I don't know the abusive relationship. But then there are some of the things that can be tolerated, and there are certain things that, depending on how you look at it, right, it can be, you know, a beautiful curve and healing for you. So you're good enough, you're not feeling good enough is one of the feminine wounds. Kitty patterns now. Yes. So that's basically that. If your ground is not able to carry any seed, you know, when I started checking how I struggled with businesses, I don't know how many businesses I had, guys. Look, I had businesses, I had a lot. Be it the ones that came from me, be it the ones that, yeah, your MLMs and all that. I was not able to sustain any business. 6 months again. I have never in my life stayed and grew a business, sustainable business, for 6 months. And it worried me, really, really worried me. Because the moment you fall, rising up is another problem, right? It's not easy at all. Now I had to sit down and, like, the answer that I got, I think I got answers after more than 4 or 5 years of my asking why things are not happening. What is really going on? Year in, year out, I'm asking. Year in, year out, I'm asking. Nothing. Is in 2017, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, right? So it's from 2017 when I opened myself to the ancestral. That is when I knew what my problem was. Patterns from the wounded feminine, from the wounded mother god of my family. Then here I am. At least for the first time, I stayed 1 year full in a business, in a brand. And I need you guys to understand that your mothers are doing the best that they can. Trust me, they are doing the best. Even if the relationship is bitter right now, even if things are not just going well, they are doing the best. Because that's the only thing that they know. They don't know anything outside of what they can. They know they can't give anything outside of what they have. They can't interpret life in any way than what they know. Cut them some slack. They do their best. When you are the one that knows the type of love you want, like you want to receive, you want to give, you want to experience, your mother doesn't know that. It doesn't. And right now I'm talking to grown people. Our expectations are the ones that kill us. Because we assume that because of Queen K is a healer, or my mother is a mother, yeah, she's supposed to treat me this way, she's supposed to love me this way, she's supposed to. Is there a manual, etahang, with this life and say this is how you're going to be a mother? Let's look at you right now. Sometimes you don't feel like the best mother. Sometimes you feel like you are failing your children. Then we will be blaming and say, she's like this, she's like that. They are bitter because of they're carrying their own issues. The same thing that I've explained about you from the womb and the environment and all that, the impact of people in your life is what? The mama how and I had the very same experience. So it's not that what happened in your life or what is happening in your life started with you. It's relationship for me. This is so heavy on my spirit. As case. Sorry, Nompumelelo. So they are doing their best. Trust me. If they knew any other way, they will. And even if you have the most stubborn mother who doesn't want to listen, who feels that Yena she's always right, she's dealing with her issues and her traumas in the best possible way she feels and believes that is for her. And you don't even have a right to even pray and say, God, change my mother. Change your mother for who? When? Can you carry the burden? You can't. So this thing of praying and telling God to change people is witchcraft. Leave people, let them stay their process. Let them stay the cost, and they are healing. It doesn't matter whether your mother will die, unhealed or what. It's none of your business. Your business is your life. Because by you minding the things from your mother and checking what is wrong and what is not, what are you doing to yourself? Because you are also going to carry the very same thing to your children. The ground, the Gaia the fertility, the multiplication, the reproduction of your family is calling out and saying, listen, there should be a collapsing of timelines right now. We are calling whoever is ready to come and help us. Because when you heal you heal them that are talking and calling you, and you heal the ones that are alive as well and the ones that are coming. Gogo Konyare, I agree with you, Gogo. They are doing the best. They know how. They cannot give us what they can't. So now it is your responsibility to heal your ground. Yeah? How do you heal your ground? You heal your ground by going to the ground and you remove the other things that are not needed for the ground before you can put the seed. Right? Yes. Thank you so much. You have clarified and confirmed so much for me. I'm so relieved. I'm glad. Mama, this is your life. So profound to go with it. Yeah, go with it. So you go to your ground, right? The feminine. You go to your feminine, you go to your ground. And you're preparing for the seed. We don't know when the rain is gonna come, but we have to prepare for the seed. So for the ground so that it can carry the seed, right? And prepare for the seed. So we are going to go to our ground and do what? And to say all those trees that are not needed, those trees. So then we have to go to the roots now and remove those hard trees, those tall trees that doesn't even give us shades, right? This time fella so really it doesn't do anything. We go and remove the grass, we remove whatever that is on the ground for whatever acres of land that ground is that you want to plant, whatever. Then we clear it. Right, we clear. After we clear, then we've got to understand for this ground of ours, what seed can it carry? What seed can be reproductive in it? Right? Then if it's an apple tree, then we plant the apple tree. We put the apple seed there. Is this mango, then we plant mango. Remember I spoke about seasons. Or even if it's a mango tree, then you will have to understand the season, yeah, mango, right? Or okay, when I know July and mango will start growing maybe September and then we eat it December, right? So what is it that needs to be done in my ground right now? What time is it? What season is it? For the preparation of the seed of the mango tree, right? Then you will know what is it that needs to be done. Perhaps yours is just to continuously be cleaning and watering, because if the ground is very, very dry, it's gonna take time as well for, no matter how much rain will be, it's gonna take time for the ground to really get the water, so it is your responsibility now to just keep on nurturing the place, nurture. So coming back, let me make it easier for you as a person. Now, cleaning your ground means that you're going to heal your feminine side, you're going to heal your womb, right? Yeah, you will heal your womb area, your reproductive area, and you will be clearing as much emotions, because the womb, right? So Gaia is the womb of the earth. Your own womb is that one, right? So your womb, or yes, the womb of Gaia being the ground and your own womb, they have the same potential, right? What does it do? It carries the womb, bargain the seed, and it multiplies. So basically, you and Gaia are the carriers of the presence of God, which does what? Which multiplies, right, and grows. So your womb is the carrier. So there's no way that you can reproduce anything in a dirty place or in a place of wounds. That is why no matter what you do, you miscarry businesses, you miscarry jobs, you miscarry relationship, you miscarry money, you just miscarry everything. So look at your life right now. What is your greatest pain, right? Where life concern, then you will be able to go and check for a period pains. There are some of you that are dealing with period pains. Yeah, I'm drawn now to say every other thing, your fibroids, your menstrual pains, your endometriosis, all these things that are coming, you know what they are? They are the blockage. They represent, or are they showing you the blockages in your feminine? So it's until you are able to unblock in the spirit, that is when you will be able to enjoy the fruits in the natural, right? So the period pains and all the cramps and what is not something that you can be looking at them in the natural. I didn't know, mal. They are not. Because the human body was actually not meant to be sick, was not created for any sickness, right? And when as even for those that are women here, is worse because literally you have that physical thing that carries, or that is the presence of God, that carries the life force. So imagine now how Tomalka cramp, Tomali period pains, and all these things that you are having, low abdominal pains that you don't even know where they come from. What does that mean? There is so much blockage. So whatever that you will produce, it's never gonna stay. It's either you will catch the seed, né? The rain will fall, but you find that the tree, after it germinates, it's not gonna give you the harvest that you wish for. It won't. It's either even the harvest will never even come. Then we get frustrated. The pains, emotional, let's talk about even the emotion, because of those are the ones that are mostly stored in the womb. So your emotional state, so if you harbor unforgiveness, hatred, bitterness, whatever you call them, they choke your seed. They choke the ground. That no matter what, because whether the ground is ready or not, rain will still come. So rain can only work for the ground that is ready for it. Right? So you will have to go and check what exactly is my challenge, what exactly is my problem. Right now, if you will be honest with yourself, what are you struggling with? Right? One thing at a time. Don't want to do everything at the same time, because yay, you will kill yourself. You will want to run out of your own body. Ooh, God. So you are taking responsibility for the results that you wish. I will have to do a replay, okay? Okay, it's fine. It's fine, Coco. So you're taking responsibility and saying, yes, I have seen the patterns, I agree, I acknowledge them, right? But then what am I supposed to do now? Then you take responsibility for your own changes and experiences. And no matter how tough or no matter how ugly the experiences with your feminine self, with the mother God has been, you've got to face them. It's time. If it's sexual abuse, it's time. It's just time. I have seen, and this is the most painful wound ever. I have seen people run away from themselves because of that. You know, when they said that heal the God wound, because how you see yourself is as a result of what you are getting. This is it. These are the depth of the things, some of the things. I'm not covering everything, but whatever that I'm presented to bring on a daily basis, that is what I will share. So basically that, heal your mother God. Go, I feel that I have explained how you can do it. Sit down. Then it is when you say, go and book a session. Let's see what your people wants to say or how. And like I said, don't follow things that other people have been doing to heal the similar challenge that you have, because you are different from them. Healing or life is not a one size fits all. The fact that somebody was healed by herbs or whatever tea does not mean that it will apply with you. Like I said, for some, you are strong enough to go into prayer and ask and get answers. For those that are saying, I can't go through this. If you connect with me, let's check it out. If you don't connect with me, go and look for a healer that will stand in the gap. But make sure that that healer, practices exactly what you are looking for. Because if you go and then you start paying someone who will be telling you something else when you get there, you are going to be more bitter. The feminine will do what? Will be more. Let's talk about body image. I think I touched on this on Saturday. Let's talk about body image. How you see yourself also matters, because your body is the first thing that we identify you with. Right? You feel ugly, you feel dark, you feel this, you feel that. And for so many reasons, we encounter this. It can be that you grew up being told, hey, you are this, you are that, you are not beautiful. And I remember having to talk to one of my grandmothers telling me that she never felt pretty, she never felt beautiful. No matter what she did, she just felt that I'm this dark and I'm just that, and that's it. You cannot converse with the outside world and expect it to treat you well, or expect you to give you the results that you want, where your personal presence is concerned, if you don't see any valuable thing or any power or anything beautiful in it. It's so much of energy more than it is of the physical thing. You can get a saying by just saying, hi, somebody about you. What do you do? I'm a healer, I do this. Oh, please, I need to consult. Just by saying hi. Hi, I'm here. Because of I feel myself, right? I have accepted whatever that I am, however I look. So basically, you're going to have to do that. So you can't expect yourself to show up if you have not accepted how you look, how you see yourself. And like I said, I know it's different things that caused this type of wound, but we've got to go and confront it. Or I started feeling not pretty at this point of my life, at this age of my life, right? So you go and do your inner child, and if your mother as well is responsible for this, imagine how Gaia is beautiful. Dressed with all those flowers and waterfalls and all this landscape. Gaia is beautiful. Imagine if you don't feel beautiful, Gaia is also suffering from that energy, because you and her are one thing. So you also affect the reproduction of the things that are due for you. Guys, we are one. We are one. We are one. Do you know that if, let's say that Mercedes-Benz is due for an upgrade, a new model is supposed to come, and we have, let's say, 50 people that are designed for this Mercedes-Benz, and say 2, 3, even one person who's supposed to be among the 30 whatever, there can be a delay in manufacturing. Because at that particular moment of your life, you're supposed to have that Mercedes-Benz, and then when you are not ready, and your energies are pulling off, your energies are pushing anything that has to do with luxury, that has to do with that kind of amount of your life, do you know that there can be a delay? In just small things, you find that something that they were supposed to be released this year, because of when it will be released next year. How do you see yourself? Pretty, ugly? If you see yourself pretty, go and add on it. Look at the mirror and just love you. I shared with you guys my story, right, on Saturday. How I never thought that I would even do, a live stream. I never thought that I could do this. But I'm grateful that just one step helped me to break loose. Right? So go and heal Mother God. And it is time, when you have healed all these things now, it's a time for a new timeline. It's a time for a new story. Don't rewrite your story before you can actually remove and release and get rid of everything else that no longer serves you. Because when you are saying, nah, I'm asking for Mercedes-Benz, energy, you only deserve to walk or use public transport, it's still there. So there's no way that this one will stay. So you're gonna have to, that like the Bible says that we can't put, clean oil in the dirty thing, right? So you've got to clear the old oil and the bitter oil and dirty oil and clean and clean and clean and clean and clean and clean. So that you are able to do it, to receive your seed and to receive from God. God the Father, Father God. And there are some things that you don't even have to work for, that you don't have to stress about, that are connected with your identity. By you clearing all these things, and then now you are able to say, okay, I didn't know who I am, but I am Queen, an ancestral healer, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm that, right? Once you are able to identify yourself and you are in alignment, these things will just grow. There are some flowers. There's this particular flower that is just in my eyes. There are some flowers that grow, anyway. Nobody, you have to put any seed, right? So those are your birthright. Those are the things that you came with, that you don't even have to. There will be some that's gonna have to be activated through work, and there are some that just the only activation that it needs is for you to align and accept who you are. So there are trees, there are plants, there are flowers that just grow anyway. Those are the perfect example of how you can actually tap into your flow and activate things for yourself. You don't have to. Don't even have to work any hard at all. Ease come with what? Identity. God, the timeline of ease, God, ease and grace. If you are asking for that, align. Know thyself. Right? I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm fine. So if you are a man and you are watching this, basically go and check your relationship, your mother, and see how it has been. And funny, there might be for some of us who have had beautiful relationships with their mothers, but you'll find that maybe your mother died when you were young. That particular thing, you left me, it's a wound that blocks anything feminine. So the masculine will always be showing up to protect. Nobody must come closer to my heart. I don't keep people closer to my heart. That is why there will be people that will tell you, I don't date. It's a friend with benefits, and then that's it. I'm glad, Gogo. I'm glad it has started. So yeah, save yourself, save your now, save your future, save your children. And heal, just heal and heal and heal, and then we'll be fine. Right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. For those that want to continue, take advantage of this promo, there's the details. It's ending. It's ending when on Saturday. It's ending on Saturday. Okay, I think we are fine, né? Oh goodness, sorry. I think we are okay. Is there any question, anything you guys want to talk about or ask before I go? Okay, I think you're fine. So your grandmothers are out, they are out, they are out, they are out saying, hey, a sauce, I'm peeling and chopping onions. Chop wena gogo, chop and peel, chop and peel, chop and peel. It's very important. And I think I would leave you with this word that is coming. Make peace with the fact that you were born by that woman. Make peace with the fact that you were born in that bloodline. Make peace with the fact that your past was messy like that. Make peace with it, because you can't change it. Even if you knew how to, or it was possible, it's not possible. It's just not. Because this thing is a soul contract. You signed, right? I'm gonna go to the Mazibugos, I'm gonna go to Matejos, I'm gonna go. It's a soul contract. Once you understand that nobody forced you to come into this life, you chose it for yourself as a sovereign being, and believed for when you're going to, be a great benefit to the family. And you guys carry this mandate together to the world. Life is gonna be much easier. It's a soul contract thing. So you chose, you and your mother, you chose each other. As much as you are bombasting yourself, you are doing what? You chose yourself. So perhaps the soul contract will end once you are able to acknowledge your life and make peace with it. The soul contract can end, you can actually cut the cords of these painful experiences. Those that worked with me know what I'm saying, and they saw results after we did what I'm saying, that you can actually do that. You can cancel the soul contract. Does not mean that you are no longer going to be your mother's child, or her being your mother. Not that. Soul contract meaning that, when you go to employment, you are going to be employed for so period of time, and this is what you're going to be doing, and then the salary and all that. So for each and every single one of us, and even our seasons, the seasons of our lives, and our evolutionary stages. We have contracts. Okay, when I'm 20, between 24 and 27, I'm gonna meet this person, and this is what we're going to do together. Have you noticed how sometimes you meet people, it feels like, Mara, no, I know this person, man. It felt like you guys knew each other. Basically that. Agreed, when I'm 35, I'm gonna go and stay in Uganda, and then this is what is gonna happen in Uganda. This is the people that I'm going to be with. Those are the people that are gonna activate me for my business, for this. Those are the people that are gonna help me heal the mother wound and the this and the that and that. That is it. So you can reverse. You can say, I'm done. The soul contract Kiboni, and this is what it serves. The problem is that now, if you want to cut, or rather remove the soul contract or cut cords, when this thing that the contract and the cords have brought to your life, you have not gotten the lesson. You can't cut it. You can't run away from it. So you've got to know. And your soul knows. For as long as there will be a resistance of something that you need to do, you will know if it's a relationship or it's a marriage, there's a resistance of you separating. You must know single fits. Single fits in next. So if it's a resistance of you leaving that workplace, you are not done. If it's a resistance of you closing your business, you are not done. Right? So you can cut off, you can do, whatever that you feel that not sharp, but be careful so that it won't come in another form. Because of how it in another form, it can, the force of that thing that needs to be done, or that thing that needs to be, unfolded in your life, can come forcefully. This time, it can be on another level, right? So we have to be wise enough to be saying, okay, fine, I see what does this have brought in my life, why things are happening, and what is it that I need to do with this information now? Because nobody is here to harm you. Nobody is here to kill or do whatever. No matter how bad the experience is for your own evolutionary truth. So if you feel that when you are suffering, check. Why are you suffering? What makes you suffer? Okay, this was for you. I'm glad. I told you. I think I responded to your comment. How do you? Yesterday or the other days video when you asked, and I said, come. I felt that your answers are gonna be here, and I know that it's not only you. I'm scared to see the inboxes. Where's Coco? You spoke about this. Coco, this and that. I'm waiting. No problem. So yeah. Let me go, guys. I'm pressed. Right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. While it took a lot for me to come to understand that nobody is yet. Nobody. Trust me, no one. Right? No matter how bad the experiences are, like I said, you just have to know. Like, perception is reality. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he, right? So if you feel that this person, or no matter how true it is, or maybe this person intentions did wrong, if you truly believe it, it's gonna harm you. But if you say, okay, fine, I understand, but this thing can't happen, it won't, and it won't, right? So you have the ability to refuse and accept things. You have the ability to say yes and no. This one is not for me. Yes, I see you. You have sent spell. You have done this and you didn't do that. But now this is how I see it. Paradigm shift in perspective. A different perspective. That is all we need. Guys, bye. See you guys tomorrow.